Good afternoon, everybody. It is 1 o'clock. Meteorologist Ryan Breton and the Storm Center team here with you. An update on what's going on out there right now, and it is pretty much a mess. We've got Christian Harsa in Bangor, Pearl Small near the Midcoast, Jess Conley here with me in the studio. We will all break down what's going on out there and get you through what I would just describe as kind of a wintry mess that's going to be developing over these next several hours. A bunch of webcams here because they really tell the story in some cases better than the radar. You can see the roads there covered in North Conway, but on the immediate coast in Kennebunkport, we're up to 32. With likely a mix that's coming down. In Portland, we just looked out the window here and it's a lot of sleet. It had been snow about a half hour ago. Hearing from a lot of folks on the mid-coast that we've got sleet or even a little bit of freezing rain that's falling. Around Rockland, a little bit of freezing rain a short time ago. Prospect, though, you can just tell by the webcam, it is all snow right now. And in Bangor on I-395, you can see the road is snow covered, and from our camera that looks over the river and into town in Bangor, visibility pretty low right now. What's happening is we had a little bit of a break, and you see that break here, but it's now being replaced by this batch of precipitation, which is mostly sleet. There may be some snow that's falling, especially around Sebago Lake and 302, but the trend now is for a bit more sleet and possibly some freezing rain. If you see these reds down near Massachusetts, that's almost certainly freezing rain, and some of this may be coming down in the form of freezing rain as well. Now, we'll zoom you into the Portland area. You can see leading edge of this sleet coming in. Visibility isn't reduced, but you might be able to hear the pinging. Sleet's little ice pellets that make some noise, and they're tough to travel in. It can be a little deceiving. They really ice things up, little ball bearings almost underneath your tires. Here's the break now in central Maine, but you'll be getting into this next batch, which will be snow farther north, sleet farther south, and a mix on the immediate mid-coast. Eastern Maine, snow falling in Bangor, but you'll get into this break too in a short time with some lighter snow that's developing to the south. So snow is changing over to sleet and freezing rain. There is going to be tough travel into this evening, and the concern, what all of us are watching, is whether or not the period of freezing rain is just limited to a few hours or if it's longer. If it's a longer period of time, there's a higher risk that the freezing rain accumulates enough to weigh down tree limbs and some power lines. We won't really know if that's becoming a real problem until this evening, but you can just tell by the future radar. We're bringing you here through 6 o'clock, so this is the next 5 hours, and there's going to be a mix developing just about everywhere except across the far north. More likely sleet farther inland, more likely mixing with or changing to freezing rain closer to the coastline. And if there were to be any limbs coming down and wires coming down, it would probably be late evening once enough has accumulated on the limbs and power lines. So this is one of those situations where we just want you to be aware of the possibility. We don't think it'll be on a widespread scale, but power outages are certainly possible if we have a long enough period of freezing rain. And then when the storm pulls away tonight, we'll just get some flurries and snow showers on the back end. And by the way, the wind will pick up tomorrow, which complicates things on the back end of the storm. So the snowfall forecast has panned out pretty well. We've had a lot of 5 and 6 inch totals in southern Maine. Got a report of 6 inches in Rumford where it's still snowing. And in eastern Maine, we're starting to pile things up, but down east might be a bit under 3 inches on the immediate coastline. And here's the ice zone. Again, more likely freezing rain here and more likely sleet as we head farther inland.